Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. There is no Muslim in our time who does not know a great personality like Imam Ali. Therefore, we do not need to give detailed information about this great personality. However, there are some sayings of Imam Ali that you have probably never heard anywhere. In this video, we have carefully selected his thought-provoking and informative sayings on science, morality, and family. If you watch the video to the end, we are sure you will discover the deep meaning and benefits these sayings can bring to your life. Let's listen to the words of wisdom of this great figure together. You recognize a person not by their prostrations, but by their truthful speech and their integrity in keeping trusts. True orphans are not those who have lost their parents, but those who lack knowledge and morality. Do not think that modesty is only obligatory for women. A man's modesty is his lowered gaze. A time will come when wealth will be in the hands of the miserly, the sword in the hands of the cowardly, and the pen in the hands of the ignorant. The enmity of relatives and the torment of friends are more bitter than the poison of a snake. The penalty for speaking without thinking is to be forced to think after speaking. If those who pray were aware of the divine mercy surrounding them, they would never lift their heads from prostration. Reaching Allah comes from distancing oneself from evil people. Words are like medicine. A small dose can save, but too much can kill. One who acts upon a little knowledge is better than one who knows much but does not act. The estimation of an intelligent person is superior to the certain knowledge of an ignorant one. Never respond to a vile word, for the one who spoke it has many more lowly words. Blessed is the person who does not get angry at harsh words and seeks to benefit from them. Listening to one's spouse does not show weakness in a man, but rather that he values his trust. Those who work do not have time to think of evil. The idle cannot escape it. The most deafening sound in the world is the silence of an oppressed person in pain. Whoever avoids hatred will find peace in their heart and mind. A person's self-admiration indicates the weakness of their intellect. The best generosity is shown when resources are limited. Do not be too harsh, lest you break. Do not be too soft, lest you be crushed. When words are in my mouth, they are my prisoners. When they leave my mouth, I become their prisoner. The day the oppressed takes revenge on the oppressor will undoubtedly be harsher than the day the oppressor wronged them. Women are Allah's trusts upon you. Do not hurt them, and do not put pressure on them. A woman is a delicate creature with strong emotions who has been created by the Almighty God to shoulder responsibility for educating society and moving toward perfection. God created woman as a symbol of His own beauty and to give solace to her partner and her family. Consider those who are of no benefit to others as already dead. Patience is of two kinds: patience with what one dislikes and patience with what one likes. Since Allah created you free, do not be someone else's slave. Doing good deeds, performing righteous acts, being patient in the face of adversity, and not speaking of one's misfortunes are treasures of paradise. Remember, the envious have no peace, the quick-tempered have no friends, and liars have no bravery. Do not rejoice in someone's downfall. You do not know what time holds for you. Keeping a secret is a test of willpower. Those who fail this test fail all tests in life. Never be sad over things you do not possess. If they are meant for you, they will come to you in due time. The worth of a person is understood from those they associate with and those they spend their time with. A crooked ruler cannot draw a straight line. Do not trust the loyalty of someone with no character. They will praise you today and slander you tomorrow. If you are right, do not fear. The truth will protect you. The greatest book to read is humanity itself. Whoever knows us well and loves us surely loves Allah. When the end of a tyrant approaches, their oppression increases and they become more ferocious. If you meet the difficulties that attack your heart with the shield of patience, no hardship can strike you at your core. Worshipping less and working more is better than worshipping more and working less. Do not let greed enslave you. Allah created you free. People envy those who rise quickly, but the quickest to rise are dust, smoke, chaff, and feathers. The cry of an oppressed person is as vast as the distance between the earth and the sky. A person with good character has many who love them. Advising someone in the presence of others is not advice, but an insult. An evil person harbors no goodwill towards anyone because they see everyone as being like themselves. A self-admiring and self-satisfied person endures many sorrows and pains. Never equate good people with bad ones, as this discourages the good from doing good. A quality person does not overstep their bounds, even when treated with kindness and sincerity. When the heart is heedless, the eye's sight and the ear's hearing are of no benefit. As a person's wealth increases, so do their enemies. As their knowledge increases, so do their friends. Darkness cannot cover the eyes that can see. What good is light to eyes that refuse to see? Do not befriend those who value worldly possessions too highly. If you are poor, they will disdain you, and if you are rich, they will envy you. Do not rush any task beyond necessity. The careful avoid getting into trouble. Knowledge was once a single point, but the ignorant have multiplied it. Play with your children until they are 7 years old. Be friends with them from 7 to 15, and consult with them after 15. No difficulty is as great as the difficulty of cowardice. Do not overly rejoice in what you gain in this world, and do not grieve over what you lose. Your joy should be for what you send ahead to the hereafter, and your sorrow for what you leave behind. Your occupation should be for your afterlife, and your ambition for what comes after death. There are two kinds of people. Some are your brothers in religion, and others are your equals in creation. Be like the young with the young and the old with the old, but never lower yourself to the level of the unworthy. Do not reveal your secret to anyone else, for every advisor has another advisor. 3 things make a person happy: being grateful when receiving blessings, seeking forgiveness when sustenance is withheld, and saying, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, often when in distress. 2 things define you: your patience when you have nothing, and your attitude when you have everything. Work for a better life as if you live forever, and work for better end as if you die tomorrow. I will be patient until even patience tires of my patience. Be gentle with human hearts, for when they are forced into something, they go blind. What you hide in your heart appears in your eyes. This entire world is not worth a single tear. Don't develop a friendship with the enemy of your friend, otherwise your friend will turn into an enemy. He who seeks to do justice with men, let him desire for them what he desires for himself. Allah is tested with fire, and the believer is tested with trials. Being rich and having more money does not make you wealthy. The best wealth is when you give up excessive worldly desires. It is easier to turn a mountain into dust than to create love in a heart that is filled with hatred. When the people of truth remain quiet against falsehood, the people of falsehood start believing it is the truth. Rendering relief to the grief-stricken and providing comfort in hardship are among the means of atonement for great sins. There is no good in silence when it comes to knowledge, just as there is no good in speaking when it comes to ignorance. The strongest among you is he who subdues himself. Through patience, great things are accomplished. Don't use the sharpness of your speech on the mother who taught you how to speak. People are of two types. They are either your brothers in faith or your brothers in humanity. Don't hate what you don't know, for the greater part of knowledge consists of what you don't know. Anger is a fire kindled. He who restrains anger extinguishes the fire. He who gives vent to it is the first to be consumed by such fire. A friend cannot be considered a friend until he is tested on 3 occasions: in time of need, behind your back, and after your death. When proven wrong, the wise person corrects himself. A person's true patience is shown in a time of anger. The best knowledge is that which benefits the listener. The biggest shame is to mock something that you have in yourself. People prefer the worldly life over life after death, without realizing that the hereafter is better and more persistent. There is no rest for the person who has envy, and there is no love for the person who has bad manners. Beautiful people are not always good, but good people are always beautiful. If you don't know a thing, never hesitate or feel ashamed to learn it. See the bad inside yourself and see the good inside others. Try to be honest, for Allah is the helper of honest people. Avoid telling lies, since it will ruin your faith. Know that honest people are on the verge of nobility and honor, while liars are on the verge of collapse and destruction. The best revenge is to improve yourself. If you remember someone when you are happy, then just know that you love them. And if you remember someone when you are sad, then just know that they love you. If one night you see someone committing a sin, tomorrow, don't look at him as a sinner. He may have repented during the night, and you did not know. Don't follow the majority, follow the truth. Don't talk about your riches in front of the poor. Don't talk about your good health in front of the sick. A man's measure is his will. A brother is like gold, and a friend is like a diamond. If gold cracks, you can melt it and make it just like it was before. If a diamond cracks, it can never be like it was before. Meet people in such a manner that if you die, they should weep for you, and if you live, they should long for you. Smile even if your heart is dripping blood. Whoever wants to be a leader should educate himself before educating others. Before preaching to others, he should first practice himself. Whoever educates himself and improves his morals is superior to the man who tries to teach and train others. When you are bestowed with small favors, do not push them away through a lack of gratefulness. The consequence of fear is a disappointment, and the consequence of bashfulness is frustration. Opportunity passes away like the passing of clouds, so make use of good opportunities. Rendering relief to the grief-stricken and providing them with comfort in hardship are among the means of atonement for great sins. The tongue of the wise man is behind his heart, and the heart of the fool is behind his tongue. The learned lives, although he dies. The sum total of excellence is knowledge. To respect the learned is to respect God. Generosity hides shortcomings. The wealth of a miser is as useless as a pebble. Desire is one's most inveterate enemy. Those who walk on the surface of the earth shall one day be interred in it. Every breath of man brings him nearer to death. People are asleep as long as they are alive, they are awakened when they die. Patience is the fruit of faith. Virtue never dies. A man's glory from his virtue is greater than the glory of his pedigree. Meet people in such a manner that if you die, they should weep for you, and if you live, they should long for you. The most helpless of all men is he who cannot find a few brothers during his life, but is still more helpless is he who finds such a brother but loses him. Patience is to faith as what the head is to the body. When patience goes, faith goes. When the head goes, the body goes. He who is abandoned by near ones is dear to remote ones. A lack of friends means strangeness. It's never the value of water but thirst. It's never the value of life but death. And it's never about friendship but trust. It is easier to turn a mountain into dust than to create love in a heart that is filled with hatred. Keep in touch with the ones who forget and forgive those who wronged you, and do not stop praying for the best for those who love you. Don't go there where you don't have respect. Even they serve you food on gold plates and silver spoons. A wise man first thinks and then speaks, and a fool speaks first and then thinks. Don't speak when it's not a good time to talk. Any day on which you don't commit sins or disobey Allah is a day of celebration. Looking at nature brings happiness. There are two things whose worth you will find out only after losing them: youth and health. Do not impose your own traditions on your children, since they are living in a different era than yours. Consult with your wise enemy, but avoid your ignorant friend's advice. The wise, knowledgeable, experienced, and prudent ones are the best to consult with. Consult before making decisions, and think before taking action. If you don't endure the difficulties of working, you are made to bear the misfortunes of poverty. Be kind to the less privileged ones than you, so that your superiors be kind to you. Rise in respect to your father and your teacher, even if you possess a high status. The fairest among you is the one who observes justice between people while in power. The fairest manner is to treat people the way you expect them to treat you. Don't worry about how fast you do a job. Instead, observe the best quality in whatever you do. The worst homeland is the one that doesn't keep its citizens safe. You need to have enough knowledge of a deed before doing it. Do every day's work on that specific day, since each task is due to its special day. The ones who don't keep their promise do not believe in Allah. It's beneath you to make a promise to your child and not keep it. If you have a child, be childlike with him, her. Yesterday is gone, tomorrow is yet to come, while today is a precious chance for you to make the most of it. The heart of the teenage is like an unplanted land that is ready to receive any seed planted in it. The greatest peace is obtained by reading books. Find the scholar's heaven within the pages of the books. The perfection of religion is in seeking knowledge and making use of it. Pay attention to what is said, not who is saying it. Try to ponder and understand instead of quoting. You will be helped the same way as you help others. The faithful who help the destitute in the hardships and misfortunes of their lives are loved most by Allah. I found peace, so far as it won't degrade Islam, more beneficial than war. Don't be happy about the mistakes of others, since you are not perfect either. Talk respectfully to people to hear respectful responses. Optimism reduces despair and keeps you away from committing sins. An wise person never shares these three things with anyone: the wrongs done to them, the secrets they hear from others, and family matters. What is right is not distinguished by the people. You should first know what is right to find the ones following it. Be thankful to Allah on your days of comfort and happiness, and be patient on the days of difficulty and hardship. Health is more precious than any other of Allah's blessings. Enjoy your moments of happiness with all your heart to help you at the time of sadness. Thank you for watching our video and exploring the profound wisdom of Imam Ali. If you found these timeless sayings inspiring, please subscribe to our channel for more enriching content. Which of Imam Ali's sayings aroused your curiosity? Let us know in the comments below. Your engagement helps us continue to bring you meaningful and uplifting content. Stay tuned, stay inspired, and see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.